Unfortunately, sometimes the judgment of divorce does not mean the end of your legal dispute. We always try to shore up all of the issues. But as we all know, life is unpredictable, especially if you have young children or as your financial lives change. We help many families with post-judgment issues. Post-judgment issues cover problems that may arise after you've been formally divorced from your now ex-spouse. Generally speaking, there are 3 types of post-judgment issues. 1, modifying custody, 2, modifying support, and 3, enforcing the obligations in your agreement. Custody issues sometimes arise because we have settlement agreements involving very young children, and it's hard to predict the trajectory of a young child's life. To change a custody agreement, you have to establish that there has been a substantial change in circumstances to warrant now going back to court to change what you already had in your agreement. This is because courts give a lot of credence to written agreements. You also have to convince the court that whatever change you're requesting is in the best interests of the child. Let's talk about financial issues that could arise after your divorce. If the court order or agreement does not address the payment of college costs, we could help you figure out what each parent's contribution towards your child's college costs should be. Or let's say you lose your job or your ex-spouse loses his or her job. This will impact the resources available to support the child and may make the current amount of child support no longer feasible. Sometimes people try to change their obligation to pay spousal support, which is also known as maintenance or alimony. We help people to modify support, whether up or down, depending on the circumstances. Sometimes the problem isn't the agreement or the order itself, but people actually following them. We all expect people to do what they're supposed to do. Unfortunately, sometimes people don't. For example, a person hasn't paid child support that they're supposed to pay or hasn't sold an apartment that they're supposed to sell. At our firm, as with all of our matters, we always try to settle post-judgment issues first. If that's not possible, we can go to court and ask the court to enforce the obligations. If you believe your agreements with your prior spouse are no longer workable because your life has changed, we will help you decide on the best course of action.